with?
Steve.
All right, Steve, can you tell me a little bit about yourself, where you're from, how old you are?
Well, first off, I'm retired from Savannah, Georgia, and I'm here at the rally, the march and the rally with my husband Clayton, who sits next to me.
Hi, Clayton. Hi. Would you like to be interviewed as well?
Okay.
All right. Can you both verbally consent to being interviewed?
Yes.
Yeah, great. How long have you two been together?
35 years.
Wow. So how does it feel to be here together after 35 years?
Amazing. Amazing. Yeah.
Have you gone to many of these rallies and marches in the past?
It's our first one.
This is your first one together?
Well, we've been to lots of pride parades, and we've been to local events in Savannah. Nothing of this magnitude, and certainly nothing of this venue. And I think for me, that's what makes it so special, because we're on the world stage here. And that's pretty intimidating to begin with, but exciting in the end.
And for you, how do you feel about being here?
Yep.
Yeah.
Same.
What makes it so exciting about being on the world stage? Why is that exciting for you?
I'm retired. That puts me in an age bracket that really spans an awful lot of events in my gay life. I mean, hell, when I was growing up, this sort of thing wasn't allowed, let alone here in such a venue. So here I am at the top part of my life, and I'm at a place that I visited when I was 20 years old. And all you saw over here was, first of all, white and married or family valued type things. And quite honestly, we didn't question that we would belong here. We didn't belong here, so we never really gave it a consideration. And here it is, many, many, many years later. Clayton and I are sitting here holding hands, kissing, and walking and looking at all of these other people here. There's got to be 20, 30,000 people here. We're all doing the same thing. Never in my life did I think I would achieve this. That's where the excitement comes from. And being able to do it here is what really, really turns up the volume for me.
You know, as a person who's Afro-American, I've experienced discrimination on many levels, being both black and gay. And like Stephen said, to be here with my husband, who is not the same color as I am, to walk holding hands, it's exciting. And it's something I never thought I'd see in my lifetime. Not at all.
So where do you think that the queer movement is going to go from here? I mean, it's already come so far in your life. Can you see a little more of the trajectory?
We've come a long way, but we've got a long way to go. We still have people out there who think that what we do is weird or somehow wrong or somehow it goes against their religious beliefs. And until everybody is on the same page, which will probably never happen, this fight will never be over.
So what's the next step?
I think we need to get
Keep in mind what I just said. When I was a lot younger, this wasn't allowed. Evolution has brought us here. We've evolved to this point. The evolution is going to continue. It's going to get bigger and bigger. Getting back to my comment about this being the world stage, now it's no longer a secret. What we're doing is no longer a secret. I mean, having walked down here on some of the streets that I've walked before, and we were many. We were thousands out there. To me, that's an evolutionary process as well, and I think that is what's going to continue. A big part of what we're going to do going forward is going to require the people who do accept that we're out there and we're not going anywhere, for those people to get to the gosh darn polls and vote. Vote, vote. And you don't have to vote, yes, it's okay to be gay, but vote for people who are progressive enough and willing to believe that there's a whole segment of the population out there that have something to contribute. And you got to stop pushing them back into their holes and into their closets. Bring them on out. That's what this is doing for us, and it's pretty exciting to me. Where does it go from here? I think on a scale, the evolution continues, and I think it's going to be positive. Will I see the ultimate in my world, my lifetime? I don't think any of us will in this whole mall. But that's okay, because it's better for me after this period of time of my life. How much better is it going to be after, gee, I don't know, the guy next door that's 20 years old? After all the years that I've spent, what's it going to be like for him? That's something to look forward to.
And how long have you been out as gay men?
Since I was 20, because of him.
All my life. So that, yeah, I came out. I think my first experience was when I was 15 years old. And
what do you think the difference is being out then and being out now?
we're in the shadows. I mean, to me, when I came out, we had to do it in the back seat of a car. We had to do it with the shades drawn. We had to walk down the street 2 feet apart. We would go to a bar, but it was always at night, and it was in a dirt parking lot way out in the country someplace. I mean, that's for me. I mean, that goes back to the 60s and the 70s, and that's something that was a closeted existence that was palpable for me, because it wasn't only going to a bar, it was going to work. I couldn't go to work and tell the truth about the experiences I had last night or this weekend. Well, I don't work anymore, I retired, but I got to tell you, I'm not the least bit silent about what I do and where I go and who I see and whom I live with. And Clayton, you know, he's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah,
but
nothing in the closet about me. Nothing at all.
And talking about the intersectionality of being Afro-American and gay, how has that changed? Do you think African-Americans have a different place in the queer movement now than they used to?
You know, that's a tough question, because I think Afro-Americans within the gay community, I think, unfortunately, I think we still have a long way to go. We're still fighting racism in this country, where we thought we had come so far, and yet only to find out we really haven't come as far as we'd like. And within a community of where we were discriminated against, to be discriminated against it blows my mind that, yes, unfortunately, there's still discrimination against Afro-Americans within the gay community. We live in Georgia, and there are clubs in Atlanta that won't let Afro-Americans in. They won't tell you they won't let Afro-Americans in, but they'll go as far as to say, well, if you dress a certain way, you're not going to get into our clubs, or if you do other things, then you're not going to be allowed.
And to clarify, I mean, that's gay bars in Atlanta. When gay people go there, it's because that's where they're allowed to congregate and do whatever they got to do, and they make black people feel unwelcome.
Yeah, we still live in a time where in many cities there are two pride celebrations. There's a black pride and then there's a gay pride. It shouldn't be that way. It should be one pride for all. I don't care what color you are or your religious background or anything else. We need to stop discriminating against each other if we really want everybody to stop discriminating against us.
Can you tell me the story of how you two met briefly?
Oh, sorry about that. Go ahead. You do better at that.
I was in college at the time, and a friend that I went to school with set us up on a blind date. He was a friend of Stephen's, and the story that he told me, he thought Stephen liked him a little too much, so he set us up to meet on a Tuesday night, and that was on February 23rd in '82, and we've been together ever since. On a blind date.
What advice would you have for the kids today who don't know what it was like back then?
Don't give up. Don't give up. Never stop dreaming. Never stop hoping. It's within your arm's reach, and don't forget to reach out and get it.
Yeah, because we have to, Clayton and I have to look at our history together, and I mean, 35 years is not a small time. And during that period of time, we like any other couple, any other long surviving relationship, we've had a lot of ups and we've had a lot of downs. And you know, I've talked about it recently, often actually, that I'm just astonished that after all these years, we're still together. And I don't just love Clayton the way I used to, I love him more than I did. And that, it just astonishes me when I use those words. But that's the kind of thing that I would hope a young person coming up hears and understands. We can do it, even despite all of the stuff that was against us. We did it. And the kid coming up today, he sees a lot of stuff that's against him. We look at it and say, gee, I wish I was that lucky. But he's looking at that, and it's the most overwhelming thing in the world. Well, think about it. 35 years from now, you'll be looking back at the same thing that you're hearing me say. It's astonishing that we were able to make it that way.
Now, is there anything else that I haven't touched on that you'd like to add?
Love is definitely a possibility in the gay world. Being together is a possibility in the gay world. If you look at us, I mean, there are so many differences between the two of us, and yet still we manage to find each other, build together, and have a long-lasting relationship. I mean, I have no doubt in my mind that Clayton and I will be together forever. And I like to think that there's a lot of people out there that have the same abilities. But what I believe what needs to be done is a lot of the stereotypes need to be broken down. You need to get a little bit, everybody needs to get a little bit less concerned about appearances. It's what's in the heart that matters, and that's really what's got to be searched out and given time.
Perfect.
Great. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you.